Welcome to After School Democracy, the podcast that attempts to fill in the gaps you almost certainly missed in school about politics, economics, and history. This is part 3 of a 3-part series. This is meant for pure humor. However, if you haven't listened to part 1 and 2, all this will do is offend you. This is a viewpoint of older Dems toward millennial Dems who view them as the evil monsters. 2008. Millennials. I want an Obama. Boomer Dems, you really haven't shown any responsibility in caring for politicians you have. Are you sure you don't want a nice Hillary instead? No, Obama! Boomer Dems, fine. 2016, Millennials, I want a Bernie. Boomer Dems, well, we let you have an Obama and you didn't take care of him. You didn't come out in the midterms and barely took care of him during the re-election, so he couldn't do anything as president. Obama was lame. He wasn't as cool as I thought he'd be. I want a Warren or a Bernie or no one. No, Warren isn't running and we can't trust you to take care of your Bernie. So we're getting you a nice Hillary, and if you show you can take care of her, then maybe you can have a Bernie or a Warren in 2024. You cheated! I hate you! Hillary sucks! No, we had more votes than you. We followed the rules and you didn't turn out the votes. No, you're a liar. You cheated. I hate you. I hate Hillary. I'm not voting at all. 2020. Millennials. I want a Bernie. No, you still haven't shown you're responsible to care for such a divisive figure yet. You only barely showed up in 2018, and that was just because you were being punished. If you drop the ball and slack off, we're going to have to take care of your Bernie, and frankly, we don't want him and are getting too old to care for him like he needs. How about a nice Biden? Pete? Harris? Amy? There's so many. They all suck. I want a Bernie. Fine. What about a Warren? Remember, you liked her 4 years ago, said you would vote for a woman if you had her. Remember, she even played in that band Occupy Wall Street you kids were into. Warren sucks now. People on the internet told me she's just as evil as Hillary. How? There's literally no difference between them. She and Bernie want the same things. She even has a lot of cool features. No, she's an off-brand form of Bernie. We need a democratic socialist brand name. I can't be caught dead with a capitalist. They're exactly the same thing. In fact, Bernie isn't even a democratic socialist. Both of them would be a social democrat by any definition, and Warren even has a lot of customizable features like Android. Bernie's like an iPhone with limited features, just free healthcare, free college, and billionaires suck. God, you're so uncool. I hate Warren. I hate you. Okay, well, how about we make election rules not favor people who have put years of time and work into the party? If you can get enough votes to prevent a brokered convention for him, you can finally have a Bernie, but I still think it's a terrible idea, and I'm almost certainly gonna have to take care of it, and I don't have the energy or desire to really do that. Yay, I'm getting a Bernie! No, you may be getting a Bernie. We will see how well you do this election. You still have to prevent a brokered convention. The bar is so high because you haven't shown any history of responsibility. If you can do that, then you can have a Bernie. Okay, Boomer. If I don't get a Bernie, I'm going to say you cheated no matter what you do and not vote. We are so fucked. Millennials. This is the thought process the DNC currently has, and your track record so far has shown them to be right. Prove them wrong this time around, or we'll either have Trump for another 4 years or lose the House and the Senate and Bernie won't get anything done ever. This is up to you. I wrote and recorded all of this before Super Tuesday, and it looks like with the pathetic young person turnout, all of that was just hot air and things are turning out with young voters exactly as the DNC and old people predicted. You could have had Bernie, you had the numbers, you just didn't care enough. So thank you so much for joining me on my podcast. I'm sure there was nothing controversial about this, and everyone will happily get along in the comments section, which you can do on the YouTube version of this video, or my Facebook page, After School Democracy. Link in the show notes. Just a reminder that I'm Anubis 2814 on YouTube, and I have over 500 videos on different topics that I've made over the past 10 years. Please subscribe, and if your podcast site has the option, give me a like or review. If you think what I have to say informed you, consider supporting my Patreon. I'll be doing this podcast weekly and try to get it out on the same day, so I hope to see you here next week, ready to be filled with new ideas. Take care. This channel is helped tremendously by the generous supporters on Patreon. A big thank you to the wonderful Joe Taylor, Elias Garcia Guevara, and Ogrel for their support at the $10 a month Wapawet level. Please consider donating to my work if you can, and thank you all for listening.